Alright, what is up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and if you're new to the channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It only takes 1 second and it makes a massive difference to the channel. But anyways, today's video is just going to be audio only because I want to quickly put out my opinion on what I think about this. So recently, Deadline, just yesterday, said that Captain America, or let me just say Chris Evans, might actually be reprising his role as Captain America. Now, before you ask, is Deadline reliable? Let me tell you this. Yes, they are. I've said this so many times on the channel. There are 3 sources out there that are probably the most reliable sources in Hollywood: The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and Deadline. And I would even say that Deadline's the most reliable out of all of them. So the article basically says that, Chris Evans is in talks to reprise his role as Captain America. I know Chris Evans even came out and denied these claims, but it's Deadline. I believe more what Deadline says than what Chris Evans. And I know you can say, but Chris Evans knows this. Well, remember, Deadline said that they're doing this behind closed doors. Of course, Chris Evans would come out and deny it. I mean, if there was a secret, I wouldn't tell anyone that it's real. And to me, I do believe something like this is being negotiated. However, let's just pretend right now it's confirmed that Captain America will be coming back in the MCU. There is no way he's going to be coming back for a Falcon and Winter Soldier cameo, or at least for this first season. For now, it's more than likely going to be in another film. And Deadline's also reporting that the character will be doing what Tony Stark did after Iron Man 3, where he doesn't get his own standalone movie, but he's in a lot of movies. Remember, Tony Stark was in Infinity War, Endgame, so many movies where it wasn't called Iron Man 4 or Iron Man 5. It was just him in it a lot. So that's what Deadline is reporting as of yet. However, in this video, I really don't want to get into that too much. What I really want to say is my opinion. And let's just, like I said earlier, let's just assume right now that this is confirmed, that Captain America will in fact return to the MCU. As of now, look, I'm going to say this. I don't work for Marvel Studios, so I don't know how they're planning on bringing him back. Kevin Feige, to me, is one of the smartest producers in Hollywood, and I would even go ahead and even say that he is probably the smartest producer in Hollywood. However, I don't agree with him doing this move. And, for all I know, maybe they have this perfect plan where when Captain America returns, we're all going to be yelling, we're going to be excited. And let's also remember, 2020 was the first ever year in the last 8 years where Captain America was not in a movie. And then again, Marvel also ruined their streak by not putting out anything. But regardless, I believe for now that bringing back Chris Evans is a dumb idea. Why? Because this ending in Endgame was just too good. And something I've complained a ton with Marvel is their fake deaths. Gamora, Loki, there's so many characters out there who die. I mean, we had an entire movie where half the characters died, and then in the next movie they came back. And I'm getting frustrated with the Marvel, let's not kill off a character. Now, I know what you're going to say. But Loki and Gamora, those aren't the Loki and Gamoras we loved and known. Those are different. No. If I see the same actors playing the same role, regardless if it's from an alternate dimension, I still count that as bringing them back. That's just a lazy way of saying, we want these actors to stay, but we want this emotional scene. And Marvel's biggest issue has always been the fake deaths. It takes away from the seriousness of each movie. Let's take an example like I'm gonna compare 2 movies: Purge Anarchy and John Wick. In Purge Anarchy, they're fighting bad guys, they're making sure they don't die. One of the characters dies, and then in the previous film, the main protagonist died. So when you're watching Purge Anarchy, you're feeling that tense, you're feeling that fear that any of these characters' lives could be taken away. However, in a movie like John Wick, you don't feel that, because the whole movie, John Wick, it looks like he's doing impossible things. It looks like he'll never die. And that's a good example to me. And when I'm in the movies and you're trying to bring up the suspense, I gotta feel it. You can't just kill off a character and then bring them back, because then to me, if a character does eventually die, I just think, they're coming back. And that's how I felt after Endgame when Tony snapped. I was like, they'll bring him back in 5 years. I know that for a fact. Or maybe not exactly 5 years, but a little longer, maybe a little less. And I've said this before, Robert Downey Jr. will eventually return as Iron Man for at least a cameo or one little film. And I've been saying there's no way they'll never bring him back. And you know, Chris Evans, I never really thought about it, but bringing him back now, you know, of course that now Deadline has reported it. It doesn't feel like too much of a stretch. And to me, that's what's going to take away from Marvel. And bringing back Cap, especially how they wrapped up his story, because I've said this before, I loved how they ended Endgame, where he goes back in time to finally live that normal life. Because remember, in the Captain America movies, he's always been seen as the man out of time. He's always been seen as the guy who never really got to have that normal life. Tony has told him multiple times, have that normal life. Then eventually, finally in the ending, he gets that life that everyone's been talking about. And he finally got to experience life, the life that he had never been able to experience. And to me, bringing him back just takes away that. Now, maybe there's going to be a cameo where old Cap shows up and they say, oh, he has sadly passed away. That to me would be great, but it doesn't really make sense too much on bringing back Chris Evans. You know, from this report, it doesn't say that. What it's saying is he's going to be in multiple little movies. He's not going to be the main character, but he's going to play like a little side character. Kind of like what early last year was being reported, how Henry Cavill was going to return and do little cameos. That's basically what they're trying to say. And to me, I just hope they don't bring it back Chris Evans to do like a young Captain America that's fighting for truth, justice, and honor. There are a few things that I do think could happen, like maybe, let's say there's either a movie or a show of, you know, Cap putting back the stones. To me, that would be great, and it wouldn't ruin anything. Or maybe they just show old Cap in a cameo in like Doctor Strange 2 or something like that. That would be great too. However, if they bring him back, like let's say, oh, he just comes back to life and now he gets this fourth installment, or maybe he's fighting with Spider-Man to save the world, to me that would be frustrating. And what I'm gonna assume is gonna happen is he's gonna make a little appearance in the Multiverse of Madness. Maybe somehow the multiverse is ripped and they go to a timeline where Cap is still alive, and that could be a possibility. I just hope they don't bring him back permanently, where like we see a young Captain America, you know, saving the day, you know, the typical what Captain America did for the last his movie came out in 2011, I think, for the last decade. And you know, I hope we don't see that, and I really hope they don't take away from this character, and I really hope they don't ruin this character. And Chris Evans, you know, he's a great actor, and as much as I really like watching him in film, I just don't want his character of Captain America to be ripped apart and shredded into pieces. And you know, I hope they don't do that. Like, to me, the character of Gamora and Loki have both been ruined so badly, to a point where when I see them on screen, it's like I cringe. Like when I saw Loki, when I saw Loki in Endgame, I wasn't cheering, I wasn't applauding. I was like, oh, they're just gonna show how he gets his spin-off series. I wasn't too excited, I didn't care too much. And that's where, like, me as a Marvel fan, I should not be feeling things like this. As a Marvel fan, I should be excited to see these characters. And you know, I really hope they do Captain America properly. Anyways, that's really gonna be it for the video. I didn't want to edit too much. I didn't even write notes for the video. I just quickly had to give out my opinion on this whole situation. So anyways, drop down in the comments below, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's a smart idea that they brought back Captain America, or do you think it's a dumb idea? Regardless of what your opinion is, whether we agree or disagree, comment down below and let's have an interesting discussion. Anyways, make sure to smash the like button and, you know, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bells for more videos like this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace.